Hey guys, it's Kelly here from Armed and Feminine, and I know we already did a little segment on the new Glock 44, their 22 pistol out at SHOT Show. Well, we're going to take a little more in-depth look at it here on the range where we're quiet and not a whole lot of people around. So let's take a look at what we got. So here we have the new Glock 44. I know so many of you were really disappointed at the big reveal. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? And you're like, oh, it's a 22. Well, you know what? It is a fun little pistol. And let's take a look at some reasons why I think this is a fun little pistol. First and foremost, this little 44 is pretty much the exact same size as a Glock 19. And, you know, for me, for someone who teaches a lot of very new beginner shooters, my goal is to eventually progress them to at least a 9mm. That's where I want them to be. And so we start with pew-pew just to get them used to the fundamentals and not so much the scare. So if we're actually training them with a gun that is pretty much exact in size and dimension as the Glock 19, it's not as big a transition when we're moving up to the 9mm. It's like, oh, well, this sort of feels the same, or everything works the same way. The levers and are all in the same place. And so it's a great transition gun for newbies to go from pew-pew to bang. Alrighty, so so when we're comparing this 44 to the 19, you can see they're pretty much exact in terms of size. We've got 7 inches long, and we've got the slide is but it's just over 6 3/4, and the height is just over 5. And looking at the comparisons here, pretty much even. Now this, of course, is a Gen 3, and it has the finger grooves to it, but pretty identical. The biggest noticeable difference, of course, is the moment you go to pick it up, and woo! This is super light, because I'm used to handling the Glock 19, which I know what the weight is, and so I expected this to sort of be the same. And I hate to say that, but almost toy-like. Like, geez, this feels like a toy. It's so light and completely loaded. It's just a pound. 1 pound. So it's not intimidating. You know, a new shooter might see and go, ooh, but once they pick it up and shoot it a little bit, it's not going to be nearly as intimidating. And then, once again, that I think a nice transition to the 9. You know, the one thing I like about the Glocks, between whichever number you want, 19, 17, 34, you name it, sort of like how when I rent cars. If I rent a car, I'm going to rent a Toyota because I've driven them for years. And in a Toyota, all of the buttons are in the same place. The wipers are in the same place. Like everything is in the same place. The same thing here with the Glock. The mag release is always in the same place. The takedown levers are always in the same place. We've got their standard sights. So from gun to gun, model to model to model, everything is going to be the same. So once again, transitions. When we take a look at the magazine, your gun is going to come with 2 magazines with a capacity of 10. And so I've also heard some naysayers go, oh, you got that big mag and it's only holding 10. Well, the theory behind that would be malfunctions. You know, so the more that you're going to try to stick in to here, the more likely a malfunction is going to occur. So they're just sticking with the standard 10 capacity of 22 long rifle. All right, let's take some shots. Loaded 1 mag. You know, I've only put a few hundred rounds through this, and all I can say is I've had some extraction malfunctions with it. Not many, a couple stovepipes, easy to clear. There have been some other reviewers who have had significant errors with this, like the entire extractor flying out. You know, with any new gun that's new to market, there are usually some bugs that need to be, you know, worked out, and usually that'll happen within the first 6 months, and those get corrected. So we're still sort of following this along. You know, I've been shooting 36 grain hollow points through this, and for the most part it fed pretty well. Of course, we did oil it up. I did oil it, you know, right out of the box, because you probably should, to make sure that it's going to function well. So we're going to keep playing with it, and like I said, if you're a new shooter, or you just like to plink, 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 this is a wonderful gun. Like I said, to transition up to 9mm, no better way to do it than with a gun that looks and feels just like a 9mm. I'm Kelly from Armed and Feminine. Hit the subscribe button, and remember, it's your life. Protect it, and plink.